Networking is an essential part of building wealth, according to Armstrong Williams. Hi, y'all. Thanks so much for joining me. And today, in less than 15 minutes, I'll be sharing with you 4 strategies that you can use to start networking so that you can grow your business. Like and share this video if you get value from it. Really appreciate your support. Thanks so much for joining me. As you join, you can feel free to say hi. And just so you know, if you don't already know who Armstrong Williams is, Armstrong Williams is a multifaceted entrepreneur. He's actually the CEO of Howard Stern Holdings, which has this broadcasting television stations, right? And it makes him the owner of the largest set of broadcasting television networks, right? So if you want to learn more about Armstrong Williams, you can feel free to visit his website. But he did say that networking is an essential part of building wealth. And I think I forgot to introduce myself. So hi y'all, I'm Dr. P. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm a business coach. I've been a school psychologist for about 10 years in the US. And my passion for coaching that I developed as a school psychologist really led me into doing trainings, not just on the national level in the US, but also internationally, and also to become like an adjunct faculty within online graduate programs. I really do enjoy coaching, teaching, mentoring. I enjoy learning from others as well as helping others to achieve the learning that they're looking for. So yesterday, if you caught my live, yesterday I did talk about setting goals. So today I wanted to share with you that one of those goals you should be setting should be networking. Networking is an essential part of building wealth, like Armstrong Williams said, because I can share with you how networking has helped me throughout my life and throughout my career, right? Because here's the thing, when I first made the decision as a teenager, I made that decision that I wanted to be a psychologist. So what did I decide to do was to reach out to different people to get to learn a little bit more about psychology, and being a psychologist. And of course, my parents, my 2 awesome parents, helped me out so much in trying to make those connections, right? So all 3 of us were trying to get people to connect with me to help me understand about being a psychologist, what psychology is all about. Needless to say, here's the thing that happened to us. A lot of people, actually, all of them, didn't want to help us at all. We got so many different closed doors. But you know what? With my parents' help and motivation, I continued looking into what it is to be a psychologist, right? I did some research and I took a somewhat alternative route to getting my bachelor's degree, because this was not the route that a lot of people talked about on the island. And I grew up on the island of Barbados, right? This is not a route that a lot of people talked about taking on the island. I took a completely different route, but I got my bachelor's degree, yay, at the University of the West Indies in Cave Hill. Was an awesome experience. So my story of how I went through my bachelor's is a story for another time, not for this video. In this video, I really want to focus on those 4 strategies that I want to share with you for networking that I've learned throughout the years that have helped me to network effectively and continue to help me. And that's what I want to share with you guys in this video. So after I graduated from my bachelor's degree, went on to do my graduate degree, I really thought I wanted to be a clinical psychologist. I did. But then, actually in that program, I realized that was not for me. And with the help and amazing mentor of the director of the school psych program at the time, with her help, I was able to realize that school psychology was a much better fit for me. And she really encouraged me to research it on my own. And I decided to do that program. And it was awesome. It was a great fit for me. So what I decided to do while I was doing my graduate program at Nova Southeastern University in Florida, go Sharks, while I was there, I decided, hey, I don't know much about school psychology, and I'm not even, I didn't grow up here in the US, so I was like, okay, I got to network with people and get to know a lot of different things. So I got involved in as many organizations as possible within psychology. So I networked with the faculty in psychology and graduate psychology and undergrad psychology. I networked with different faculty in other disciplines. I attended events on campus and got to meet at least 1 or 2 people each time I went to those events on campus. So I did interact with all these different people. And while I was at those things, and I also did conferences. That's another thing I did. I did a lot of conferences. I attended professional conferences. And what I did was I would introduce myself to people, or would get somebody else introduce me to others, so that I could start to actually make that connection with other people. And I did this not just at the campus events, I did this at professional organization events, at conferences at the state level, at national level, at the international level even. I did that because I really wanted to meet people and get to know the profession. And it really worked out for me because through those connections with others, I got to add so much value to the degree that I got in school psychology, because through my networking, I was able to connect with other people who shared information with me about school psych salaries, about retirement, about your full compensation package, about medical insurance, about, asking about your workplace environment, how to actually advocate for yourself to get appropriate equipment for your workplace, understanding the differences in working, the school psych job and working in different states, because it was slight, and it is still slightly different depending on where you are. Learn about that whole professionalism, learn about the professional development and the workshops that are continuously available to you when you're working. Learn about working as a school psychologist in a school setting, public, private, in a hospital setting, or even as a faculty. But the point is that I learned so much more that I did not learn in my program explicitly, but I learned all these other things while networking with other professionals who weren't connected with my university, who were connected with other universities and professional organizations in psychology and school psychology. So it really helped me out a lot, right? So what I decided to do when I went back to school for my doctorate, worked my butt off to get that doctorate, and I decided that I needed to also network with people who were in industrial and organizational psychology, because that was the focus of my doctorate. Because up until that point, all my networking was with school psychologists, school administrators, and all sorts of school staff, right? So now I'm taking this different career path. I'm like, I need to change up how I network, and broaden my horizons to actually include those people in that career path that I'm going down now, in that industrial organizational path. So I took to LinkedIn and I sent out requests on LinkedIn to connect with people. Some people responded, some people didn't. I joined some groups on Facebook and on LinkedIn, and to be honest, not every group is as interactive as the other, but the point is that I was able to interact with others, and I start building those connections and learning from them through their content that they were posting on LinkedIn, and not only just reading it, but actually engaging with it, liking it, supporting it, celebrating it, and posting a comment and having that dialogue. So that really helped me out, as well as I did talk to some HR staff within the school system, right? So as a business coach, I decided to implement the same strategies that I learned that were successful for me as I'm going down this road as a business coach. So I continue with those networking strategies. And the thing is that with these strategies, again, join some groups on Facebook so that I could interact with others, and also on LinkedIn, and they have been so beneficial for me. So those 4 strategies I want to share with you, because remember, I want to share this information with you in less than 15 minutes, I promise, and we're already at 8 minutes, right? So the 4 strategies I want to share with you have actually helped me out, and I really want to share them with you so that you too can be successful. If you're not quite sure what networking is or how to start, or you might even need to have a new process for your networking. And on that note, what is networking, right? Because you've heard me say networking a lot. You probably heard a lot of people say the word networking and you need to do it. But what really is networking? And if you follow me, I like to do my research. I like to share information with you. So I did look in the Oxford Dictionary for a definition of networking. And it was saying that networking is that system of trying to meet people who would be of useful to you in your work, right? Then I found an article on Fundera that was published in November of 2020 online. And it talked about what business networking is. And business networking in that Fundera article was listed as connecting with other professionals, especially those who can help you grow your business. Because that's what you want. You want to be able to connect with others who can help you grow your business. Now, here I can tell you, when you connecting with people, right, you're not connecting with people just so you can take from them. That's not what networking is about. Networking is about sharing information and sharing strategies and sharing skills. So the relationship that you're going to foster, that you're going to cultivate in networking, is going to end up being mutually beneficial to you and the person that you're connecting with. So that's what networking is all about. It should be mutually beneficial. It shouldn't be you just taking from someone, or it shouldn't be someone just taking from you, because that's not the point of networking. Because like I said, as I went through my various forms of networking, as a school psychologist student, as a school psychologist, finishing up my doctorate, I realized it is mutually beneficial, and the information that you share and you gain from others helps you out tremendously, because it can help you fill in some spots that you weren't quite sure you had, help you answer some questions that you didn't even know you had, help you to clarify things that you probably were stuck on. So there are the strategies are very beneficial for you when you engage in networking effectively, right? And for the right reasons, not that you want to go and just take from others, because that's not what networking is. So like I said, 4 strategies I want to share with you that I've used throughout the years that have been beneficial for me and continue to be beneficial for me. Because the thing is that I continue to reach out to others continue to reach out to me on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, on all the different social media platforms, and we do interact with each other, because it is beneficial for you to build your network, right? So those 4 strategies I want to share with you are as follows. Here we gonna go. The 4 strategies, first one up, is that you have to identify who you want to where you want to network. So we use a lot of different social media platforms. So it's really up to you that in that beginning stages when you're networking, choose a social media platform, choose an avenue that is comfortable for you, because you got to be comfortable in that setting. So that way it helps you to network with others much better. Because for some people, especially for introverts, networking is something that's really taxing, it's difficult, it takes a lot of energy. For an extroverted person, you go out there, you're always, smiling, and you're just happy, you're ready to interact with others, and it comes so much more natural and easy for you, right? But for introverts, not so much. So in that beginning stages, you really got to identify where you want to network. And once you do that, then you start actually reaching out to people. So it could be attending conferences, it could be attending workshops. That's what I used to do in the beginning stages. I remember when I was a student, I attended workshops on campus, to reach out to others, face-to-face conferences. But then I started to take my networking digitally, and I did a lot of my networking on LinkedIn. That's where I started with a lot of my professional networking is on LinkedIn. But I'll be honest, I've also connected with people professionally through different groups on Facebook as well. So you have to choose where you want to network. Then the other thing is that as an entrepreneur, you might want to consider doing some peer groups, to join a peer group, join a peer network, so that you can be in a group with other entrepreneurs, other solopreneurs, other small business owners that you can bounce ideas off of. And there's also some benefit to being in those groups as well, so you should check them out. Then here's the second strategy for networking. Listen and build rapport with others, because you're going to be meeting new people. So you should be listening more than you're speaking, right? So that you can get to know the person. Show a genuine interest. And it doesn't matter if you are face-to-face with a person or virtually, your body language says a lot about your interest in the conversation. So you should be leaning in, you should be showing some enthusiasm on your face. You shouldn't be looking at your phone or wishing you were elsewhere, because I guarantee you the person can tell that you don't want to be in that interaction with them. So don't waste their time. So if you're going to be connecting with someone, be genuine about it, be interested in what they're saying. Use some effective questioning techniques, use empathic listening, so that you can actually build that rapport with that person. So then the third thing I want to share with you is communicate and interact with your network. So after you connect with others, don't just go, yay, now I have more connections and that's it. I'm increasing my network. What's the point of having a network if you don't interact with them? So interact with them. Like I said, I follow people's content on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, even on Pinterest, and I actually interact with it and I engage with it. And by that, I mean, I like, the love, the celebrate, the support, you interact with it. You also respond to their questions, you post some comments, you look at the articles that they're putting up if they're on LinkedIn, read the articles, listen to their videos, listen to their podcasts, show that support and engage with others, because let me tell you, it does go both ways. You engage with them, they're going to engage with you, and just spend a few minutes each day actually reaching out to others. The fourth one is diversify your connections. So don't just connect with the same people each and every time. I really thought I was going to be done with this in 15 minutes, but we just hit 15 minutes. But almost done. So you want to diversify your connections. You want to diversify your network. Do not connect with the same people in the same industry and only those people, because you can learn so much from other people in other industries, with other experiences. So you really want to have that diversified, because like what I did as a school psychologist was that I connected with people who weren't just school psychologists. I connected with behavior specialists. I connected with school administrators, speech and language pathologists, deaf and hard of hearing teachers, and mental health providers. And throughout my career, my journey, I've connected with HR administrators. I've connected with industrial organizational psychologists. I aim to connect with different people, not just by title, but also by interest. So it wasn't just a mental health professional, and I reached out to them. I connected with people who were interested in reading, who were interested in math, who were interested in behavior, social emotional functioning, who were interested in discipline, curriculum, multiculturalism, cultural diversity, recruitment, retention. Those are huge in HR world. Recruitment, retention, job satisfaction, burnout, morale, performance evaluation, training, development, professional development. I reached out, as you can tell, to people from diverse backgrounds. Why? Because they have information they're going to share that I don't necessarily have access to. So it's really awesome when you're scrolling through your feed and you can have access to all that information. So diversify your connections, because as a business coach, I'm continuing to do the same thing. I'm connecting with people who their specialty is generating leads, doing the SEO optimization, website building, graphic design, website design, social media planning and execution, insurance, finance, development for the business plan, for the strategic plan, for goal setting, and for sales. So again, I'm diversifying my connections because that is beneficial, not just for me, but for the growth of my business. So, and by the way, you need to practice talking about yourself and practice talking about your career goals, because that's going to help you as you build those connections and make those networking connections with others, whether it's virtually or face-to-face, when things go back to allowing us to be in face-to-face and be safe to do so. So I hope you got value from learning these 4 strategies. It helped me out so much. I really hope that they can be beneficial to you as well. So like and share this video if you got value from it. Thank you so very much for joining me. And until next time, remember, solutions, actions, results. Dr. P is out, y'all. Bye.